So now we want to actually compile what we've made together. I want to have these things next to each other so I can compare them at the same time. Currently, we've been working on 48 frames here because it's 24 times 2 wedges. In order to take any two of these frames, I want, let's say, frame 1 and frame 1. I think this is frame 1 of this, and this is frame 1 of the other one. I want to group those together and say that frame and that frame is a unit now. Pass that into the next node. That way that node can take both frames in as input and output them as a new image next to each other. Let me show you what I mean. Drop down a partition by frame. This doesn't really do that much. If I run it, it's done immediately. It's just a grouping thing. That's why the icons are different. Earlier with these circles, these were work items that were literally doing like run a cache or make a render, do a composite thing. This is just an organizational thing. Middle click on any of these and you'll see it's taking, this one is all of the frame 2 things. This is all of the frame 18 things. We're only dealing with 2 wedges right now, but if we were dealing with a bunch of wedges, you'd see lots of frame 18s in here, because that's what this does. See the $F in the icon? This is just making groups, and it's outputting collections of things. That collection is going to go right into ImageMagick. This is one of those external programs that we talked about. I'm sure this really could be handled internally by Houdini in another compositing kind of thing, but in any case, ImageMagick works well enough. Montage, the default operation, is what we want, and we need to change the output file name again, but this time, don't use the wedge index. Data/montage/frame, because all of the different wedges is what is input into this. So I don't want to make a montage per wedge. The montage is all of the wedges side by side. So that's pretty much it for that. Just run that. You can see it's just choosing random frames and it's just sending to my different processors, and it's done. So let's open this, see what that looks like. Montage. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And there you go. If your image looks squished together, like it looks like it's stretched vertically, close your MPlay and reopen it. I've seen that happen sometimes. I think that happens when you use flipbooks maybe that were spawned by Houdini as opposed to independently. So just so you know, that's what that is. But so we can see it's working. It took the two, this now is one image that was composed of multiple images. And of course you can do more than 2 wedges, but we're just doing 2 for now. So I'm satisfied that that works. And we're pretty much done now. We need to do another partition-y thing, or really another grouping thing. Wait for all. If we run this, it also has a kind of vertical square or rectangle grouping thing. But this group is not groups of each frame. This is a group of everything. It's every file that was made by the node before it, which is what we want. We want to take all the files and now compose one movie from that. So last stop in our journey is FFmpeg encode video. This has a little weird idiosyncrasy where all of the input files need to be on the same hard drive as the output video. And actually similarly, the frame list file here, which it needs as input, you don't have to make this, we'll just change the path here, but everything just needs to be on the same hard drive. I don't really know why, but that's just how it is. So just put data / I'll just say frame list, I guess. Doesn't really matter. It's going to generate this for us. More importantly, where is the output video going? I'll just say data here as well. And that's it. Shift B, let it run. It's quite fast. Boom, done. And we should find it over in our area here under videos. And there it is. It's just a regular MPEG file, MP4. And there you go. So we made a movie. And that's the end result. So when you run this overnight, you come back in the morning, and provided Houdini hasn't crashed, you'll see all this stuff here, and you can just check out that last video. You won't really care about all the intermediary files. But if these things don't run, I should have said this earlier, I guess, but ImageMagick and FFmpeg codec video, they should just work. If they don't, you might have to point, you might have to mess with like a custom path to actually point it to where it is on your computer. ImageMagick's the same thing. You can point it via the path here to where it actually lives, to the directory that actually lives on your computer. Otherwise, hopefully it just finds it on its own. So that's pretty much it. Let's talk about how to make our actual thing now.